Hey, it's Carl from Remodeling Marketing Team, and today I'm going to address a question I saw on the Contractor Talk forum recently, and it was how to increase your upsell and cross-sell ratios, how to bring more revenue into your project. And so I'm just going to give you the answer that I put out on this forum, and I want you to kind of think this way. Ultimately, when we're dealing with a customer, they have somewhat of a price point in mind, and they're trying to figure out if that's reasonable or not. And so, one of the things we have to do is we have to kind of expand their thinking a little bit and bring a little shock value into it so that when you bring your proposal, it's like that cool, refreshing, burst of air that hits them because they were expecting something so much higher than what you're going to propose price wise. And so there's two things that I put in front of the forum. I said, number one, think in terms of bundled services. What things interrelate with each other? What are little add ons that you could put into a project that make that project even better, but allow you to create some additional revenue to it? So, when you're discussing your primary project with your customer, suggest a few things that are going to enhance the end result of that project. Hey, it would be nice to maybe add this piece and this piece to your final project. I can see how that would fit here in your room or in your bathroom or your kitchen or your porch, patio, deck, exterior, whatever it is, whatever picture you're painting. But what you want to do is you want to draw a mental image for your customer. What you want to do is get them to mentally look ahead in the future and see the picture of this preferred outcome that you're describing so that they make an emotional connection with it. And then the thing you need to remember is that by suggesting these add ons, often the reason people are not asking for them is they've just not thought about that. They don't realize they exist. The old saying, you don't know what you don't know. And by you making that suggestion, you have now brought that idea into their environment. They can begin to visualize it. They can begin to picture themselves there. They can begin to make that emotional connection with it. But then the second thing you want to do is you want to seed a higher cost with this quote unquote all in figure. And so, what I mean by that is, as part of your discussion, you're going to say, Mr. and Mrs. Customer, typically a job like this is going to run somewhere in the neighborhood of X dollars. And then you just keep moving on. Now, as we're looking at, what you want and now what did you want here and what are the parameters you're looking at. Now, in your head, you already know you're going to bring in an estimate that is much lower than the all-in price you've seated. But what you've done is you've shocked the conscious. They're expecting you to drop that number on them. And so now when it's time to make your estimate, you're going to bring that estimate down lower, but you've added all this value. And so part of what you're doing is you're building anticipation, you're building value, but then you're going to quench the mental fire by making it a real good deal that you'd be stupid to miss out on. So just a few kind of psychological things. Normally, we talk about digital marketing and the technical side of it, but a lot of marketing is psychological. It's how do you get somebody to make an emotional connection with the end result. If you haven't scheduled your strategy session with me, by all means do that. Go out to remodelingmarketingteam.com. You can actually schedule that online or give us a call. I look forward to talking with you soon.